welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverly. It's great to see you today. So today we are going to be talking about week 4 of the Heal Chronic Fatigue course that I've been doing. If you want to learn a lot more about how I've been getting on till now, see the playlist down below and up here, wherever it is. But yeah, I'm interested in constantly helping myself and growing and learning. I was given an opportunity by the woman who runs the course, Zoe, who very kindly gave me access to the course in exchange for me promoting and reviewing the course as I go along here on my YouTube and my blog. So there'll be links to the course itself down below, and if you've been following this till now, you'll know that I had a couple of weeks off. That was because I really just felt like I needed to research more and spend a couple of weeks just kind of getting my head around everything. So this week is about nutritional restorers, and that's the food that gives us the actual things that we need. And I think this was never a problem in the past. If you go back to like before the 1970s, people didn't have, not everybody had refrigerators, not everybody had freezers. And until the 1970s, we didn't have like ready meals and pre-cooked foods, things like that. People didn't have food that was shipped in very often, and so we just ate very locally, which was better for the environment and better for us. But we've become lazy and spoiled. We all like eating crazy foods and veg and eating things out of season that are not grown locally. And really what this is talking about is the fact that we as a society are getting more and more sick. If you look at like my grandparents' generation, they're living till their 90s, which is they're the oldest living generation that we've had. Come on then. It's very cuddly today. They're the oldest living What? They're the oldest living generation that we've had. And that's because they ate locally, they made all their foods themselves. They worked outside, they walked to work or bicycled. Now we take trains and buses, we live miles and miles away from where we work. In the 1970s they introduced frozen meals because women were no longer full-time housekeepers, they were working, going out there doing their thing, and so people needed convenience, and convenience is our downfall. I don't work because of my fatigue and also because of my mental health problems and my pain, and so I started to think about it while reading this and researching this side of it, just like why am I not making more things myself? So I've been kind of working my way into like researching on Pinterest, like how to make snacks for myself. Like you can make, I love cereal bars. They're called naked bars, and they're raw, made of dates and things like that. They're really yummy, and lots of nuts, and they're really good for you. But I found on Pinterest there's loads of recipes for, you can make them yourself. What? And really what it's about is getting out of this laziness that we kind of have gotten into, and that's why, you know, we've gone from having the oldest living generation to people dying really young of heart problems, people being obese, people not really looking after themselves. Ordering a pizza is so much easier than cooking, but it's not as good for you. So I've really been concentrating on getting back to cooking from scratch again like I used to. Tonight I'm going to make a chilli. It's going to be yumptious. I don't eat meat. A lot of this course talks about getting back to eating meat like we used to in caveman times, eating locally sourced meat, that cooking in dripping and lard and things like that, like your nan used to. If you're a meat eater, definitely all power to you, get on with it. But that's not for me. However, I am going to be incorporating a lot more cooking for myself. I've been incorporating things like magnesium baths. I also have a magnesium spray which I put on my legs twice a day, and it's really helped with that burning, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, just horrible pain that you have all the time in your legs when you've got these illnesses. And it's eased that off a little bit as well. I'm going outside, you know, when my dog, I used to just chuck him out in the morning to go to the toilet. Now I leave the door open and I stand there and I don't watch him go to the toilet, but while he's going to the toilet I just like take a few deep breaths. Take in the fresh air, let the sunshine hit my skin. I think it's just all about getting back to how we should be living and not convenience and laziness, which I'm sorry to say we've all fallen into. So it's just really concentrating on getting back to the way we should be treating our bodies and the way that we should be eating, the way we should be looking after ourselves. This course is really flipping things around for me. It's really changing the way I'm looking at things. I'm definitely spending a lot less time on my iPad and my phone. At the moment I can't turn it off because my grandmother is in the hospice and she's coming to the end of her life, and so I need my phone on in case anything happens or in case anybody needs me. But there is a thing on your phone that you can put it to airplane mode where nobody can call you or ding you at night, or you can turn it off. It won't kill you to turn it off. So at the moment I have to keep my phone on, but that won't be forever. I'm definitely coming off my iPad a lot earlier at night, making sure that I have some time for myself. I've got back to meditation, concentrating on my breathing, mindfulness, all these wonderful things are happening, and they're happening because of this course. It's really inspiring me to get back to the way things should be and not being lazy, which it's easy to be. When you're in pain, the last thing you want to do is do yoga. However, this morning I did do yoga. I don't do yoga like you're imagining with mad poses. It's just like gentle stretching, really. I'll leave a link to the YouTube channel that I follow down below. It's Sleepy Santosha, and she does things just specifically for people with chronic fatigue and chronic illness. It's really great. So it's just taking time for yourself, meditating every day, yeah, cutting out foods that are full of sugar and fat and chemicals, getting away from chemicals. And I've been doing this for a while, like I make my own furniture polish and I make my own bathroom cleaner and things like that, and I can do a video about those in the future if you would like. But I do make my own because I don't like having chemicals all around me in the house. And so I try and stay away from that. It's not easy, but again, it's laziness. I mean, when I usually make enough to last me a month, and then that month's worth of stuff. It only takes me like 5 minutes to make, and it works out a lot cheaper as well. So in conclusion, this is a big week. This is a big, like, nutrition is a big subject. If you Google it, there's just so much information. It's really overwhelming. That's why I've taken a couple of weeks just to kind of get my head around it all. I'm feeling much better than I was. I'm able to do yoga and a little gentle housework every day, which I haven't been able to do for a couple of years now. It was always like one or the other, and then after 2 days I was in bed. But now I'm able to do that every day. By the evening I'm tired, but I'm thinking as I get my tolerance up and I get used to things, my nutrition improves, good things will happen. I'll be able to keep going. So yeah, it's an awesome course. I would definitely recommend it. I feel a lot better. I don't know if you can tell, but I do. I have a lot more energy. Obviously fatigue is not the only component of my illnesses, so if you only have chronic fatigue, you're going to get a lot more out of this course than I will, because I have other illnesses as well. But the fatigue side being lifted a little bit is such a blessing, to be able to keep up with the housework, get rid of that guilt from week 1. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So I would definitely recommend it. I will leave links to the course down below, links to the playlist so you can see my other weeks, see how far I've come. I can share recipes, my cleaning recipes if you would like, things like that. I can definitely share in the future. But for now, I shall say adieu. I'm feeling really funny today. Just ignore me. Most people do. I will see you all next time. Make sure you like this video if you're enjoying this. Subscribe, ring that little bell so you always are notified when I upload. Check out the course down below. It's a game changer, definitely. So I will definitely recommend it, and I will see you all next time. Bye.